Hello students and parents. We just wanted to create a quick video going through some of the expectations that you will find on the student e-learning expectation sheet. We know that all of this information is available on the website, but we wanted to make a video just in case it was helpful for you to hear and or see any of the things that we're talking about in that document. So the first thing we're going to talk about is attendance. We are expecting students to check in every day. None of you are enrolled in these classrooms yet, so by your homeroom teacher, you need to go to Google Classroom and add this code. If you have forgotten how to do that, on your Google Classroom homepage, if you click this plus button, you can type in that new class code. So again, the first thing you're going to want to do is enroll in our Google Classrooms for attendance. The only thing we will be using that classroom for is attendance, and again, only enroll in your homeroom teacher. So all of the students in Ms. Gecke's homeroom class will be using that code. Another thing we want you to do in terms of adding codes is add your art classes, so based on which art class you are in, as well as all of middle school is adding the same PE code, which is down at the bottom of this homeroom list. So you should be adding your homeroom, your PE code, and your art code to your Google Classroom. So that's the first thing you should do. In terms of attendance, every day on your attendance page, when you click on it, click over to classwork, and you will see a post that says the date and then attendance. Your job is to click on that post, and in the Google form, all you need to do is click on the form and mark present. So once you do that, your response will be submitted as present, and then you will be able to say that you have checked in for the day. You can then exit that tab. Again, we are expecting students to do this between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. So sometime in that hour, you need to check in for attendance. If you check in any time after 9 a.m., you will be marked as tardy. The other thing that you will find on this attendance page is your daily schedule. So these are the classes that you should be checking in on that day. On Mondays only, you will also see attached to the post that normal Monday schedule that we go through. So it'll be just filled in with all of the things that the teachers will be expecting you to do during the week. Right now this is blank, but it will all be filled in with the information. So again, on attendance, click on the Google form, mark yourself as present, hit submit before 9 a.m. Mondays, you will see the class schedule, and then every day you will see the classes that you are supposed to be checking in on. One last thing on Mondays is you should always check in on your specialists, music, PE, and art. They will have their assignments posted on Monday, and you will have the week to work on them. The next thing you're going to want to do, go through your class schedule and check each Google Classroom. So for example, the first thing listed here is math. So I'm going to go ahead and click over to my math classroom. You need to make sure that you are clicking on the classwork tab to find where the assignments are going to be posted. The stream posts in the order of things that teachers post, so not everything shows up in the correct order. Make sure you are clicking on the classwork tab to see the assignments, and then clicking on each assignment to see what is due. So you're going to want to go through and check that on a daily basis for all of the classes that are listed on your daily schedule. So make sure that you are also checking your email daily. That is a major way teachers will be communicating with you right now. We know that a lot of you are not in the habit of checking your daily email, but please make sure you are doing that. In terms of assignments and completion expectations, all assignments will be posted by teachers by 8 a.m. on the school day. The post will include the necessary notes, materials, etc., and it will also have the due date. One thing regarding due dates, assignments are due on the date that is posted. Once a teacher has posted feedback for the whole class or an answer key, that work cannot be made up. We want to make sure that you are being honest as you are doing your work, so please make sure you are staying on top of that. In terms of communicating with teachers, teachers will be checking the emails at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. So if your questions are submitted by 10 a.m., we'll answer your questions in our first round of emails. If your questions are submitted by 3 p.m., we will answer your questions in that second round of emails. If questions are not submitted by 3 p.m., they will be answered in the next day. So anything submitted after 3 p.m. to teachers will be answered in a round of emails the following day. Couple things that I would like to address individually for math. We will also be checking our emails at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. every day. In addition to that, we will be offering a 1-hour session where students can log into Google Meet and then get some one-on-one or small group math help. All of the Google Meet links are posted in your math classroom. So this is my first hour math class. There is a link right here for Google Meets. If you would like to have this optional help from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. every day, you simply log on into your classroom, click on the Meet, and it will bring you to the Google Meet forum. Make sure that you allow Google Meet to access your camera and microphone. When you are ready, you can join the meeting. When you join the meeting, please make sure that your microphone is off, but your video is on. That way teachers can see you, but we can't have so many students with their microphones on. It creates too much feedback. Expectations during those Google Meets are normal classroom expectations, so your behavior and cooperation are appreciated as we help students by using that live link. Another thing for math, we know a lot of you do not have calculators at home, or you use the ones that we provide for you at school. So every math class also has a link to an online calculator. This is the calculator that would be used during the MCA. So if you click on the link and then click Start and Start Again, it's going to bring you to this page. Clicking on the calculator button, you then have a calculator that's roughly similar to what we use in class. I know it's not an exact match, but we did the best that we could. You can type in using your keyboard. So if I did 5 plus 8 and hit enter, it's going to calculate it. If I want to do parentheses, I can add problems with parentheses and a lot of the similar features that you can do on a normal calculator. You're going to have to play around with this a little bit if you need to use it as a calculator, but we wanted to put it out there as an option for you so that you are aware that that online resource is available to you. The last thing that we are briefly going to address is assessments. At some point during this e-learning, if it extends beyond spring break, we anticipate we may need to give assessments if we are not back in school after spring break. There are some teachers who will be giving assessments this week. We understand that this is a new experience, but please remember that during the school day, teachers are able to create a specific learning environment to gather data about how students are doing. We cannot monitor if students are communicating with each other, using reference materials, or the amount of time that they are using to complete a test during distance learning. We are asking for parent and student support to make sure that you are testing as honestly as possible. And please accommodate this to the best of your family's personal schedules. In terms of how tests are going to look, the specific assessments will be different for each class, so we're not going to go into that during this video. But what you can look for is on the days that you have assessments, there will be a post titled, somewhere in the title, it will say summative assessment. And then the expectation is that you are completing it as a summative assessment. Again, this was just a brief video overlying all of those expectations outlined on the website. Thank you for listening.